Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Hold on just a moment, let me get everything just ready to go. Just need a single second or two. Hope you're all doing well. So we're back here, some more of the Yoshi's Island prototype. Let me make sure I've got my YouTube chat paused, or not YouTube chat, my YouTube video paused, like the feed from the stream. Okay, I think we're good. I have a lot I want to talk about today. I don't know if we'll go over it all. I guess we'll see. And I booted up the wrong level, didn't I? Okay, I'll just let Yoshi go down and die really quick, because I want to start from where I left off, which is like 6-6 is the next level, I think. I only have like 3 levels of this prototype left, actually, so let's get this done with today, and I'm going to probably be done with this prototype. I don't know for sure, but I don't think I'm going to be coming back to it. There is a little bit of something I found interesting that I had already knew about. Like, there's a ROM of this, apparently, where there's, like, differing music, and apparently it's, like, one of the earlier versions where it's, like, Mario World music, so I got that from somebody recently, a stream viewer. Thankfully, it was very nice and helped me, like, get access to that with, like, a download, so I have that now. I'm gonna check that later for like any differing levels or anything like really, really cool and new. Hey C's, welcome to the stream, good to see you. Can't talk or anything Minecraft with your friends. Alright, that's fine I guess, I don't mind. I'll be here streaming for, well, I don't know how long actually today. Today's gonna be interesting. It's probably not gonna be super long, but I can't make any promises, because today we're finishing this and there's like 3 levels worth of stuff left to do, so this is more than likely going to end up being like an hour tops, I would imagine. We'll just have to see how things go. Oh shit, it's the fucking fuzzies. Why do these things have to be in the level? It's probably the worst thing in Yoshi, honestly. They're just annoying, and the little weird drug effect that Yoshi gets when he ends up touching one is legit awful, so not a big fan of this. Oh, lovely. I have to deal with this shit, and Baby Mario falling down. Like this wasn't already rough enough as it is. But yeah, how have you guys been? Hopefully better than me. I've been having a bit of a rough day. Not like it's been terrible, but I've been feeling quite a bit of depression, to be honest. And oh god, why does this level have to be so annoying? Fucking fuzzies everywhere. Terrible jumps that are not the easiest to make. Oh god, oh god, oh god, I'm gonna shut up for just a moment, because this is like fucking actually causing me to lose focus. Okay, I made it through that part. That was actually a little bit nerve-wracking, knowing that I got that close to fucking falling and dying there. I didn't want that. Ugh. But yeah, things have been not the best. I know I talk about this a lot, and I hate that it's been bothering me so much. Okay, that's weird. There's no music in this part whatsoever. Like, I think this may be the only area in the game so far where it's just a map without music, and there's nothing to, like, keep the ambience going at all. It's a little on the weird and unsettling side, considering the rest of the prototype has, like, music regularly, and then there's just this where there's nothing but you and the level itself. Whatever, though. But yeah, I have a lot that's been on my mind, really. I think part of it's related to, like, the lack of good game news at the moment, but there's also other things, like I talk about how I get lonely, and that's not even an exaggeration, but that's not the main thing that's been bothering me, actually. Let's see if I can remember what it was. I mean, it kind of relates to that, actually, though. I'll try to take this slow and make it understandable, but I'm a little bit concerned about how things are going on YouTube right now, at least on the channel, not overall, although I'm not going to say YouTube has been taking great care of the site, obviously, because I feel like they make a lot of weird decisions, and their decision to change, like, the live streaming and screw with, like, the streaming dashboard when it doesn't need to is a really dumb decision, in my opinion. They always force these unnecessary changes on us, but there's been a lot of stuff that's been bothering me on YouTube lately. It's been more channel stuff, and I've noticed lately, I don't know why, I guess it's just a thing that happens, probably to multiple people, not just me, but I'm not getting, like, any subscribers lately. Instead, I've been noticing that I've been losing, like, more and more subscribers, and it really bothers me. It probably shouldn't. I mean, more than likely, the people who are unsubbing don't really give a shit and unsubbed over, like, one game, and then unsubbed and they realized I wasn't going to make any more content over it. But, like, it doesn't feel good to have people unsubscribe from your channel on YouTube, especially when you're not having, like, any growth whatsoever. Like, I'm not even exaggerating to say that I don't think I've had any type of, like, channel growth in probably a few months. I mean, I got a few people, I think, over a Mario Maker session, but I don't remember when that was, and it wasn't any time so recently, and it feels really disheartening seeing that shit. Like, I mentioned all the other problems I have, and, like, that on top of all the shit I deal with on a regular basis is just... It feels really, really rough and not very good to see that, honestly. It's kind of tearing me up a little bit inside seeing that. Yeah, I've been thinking about that kind of stuff, like how I'm gonna mix things up. I just want more people who can subscribe and drop by and watch. I'm really happy with how the stream turnout is overall, though, even though I'm still upset about the subscriber thing, because I feel like lately there have been more people who drop by the streams and just hang out and watch, and it really means a lot to me, because I know I am not the best streamer. I try my best to be a good streamer, but my social anxiety couldn't exactly be hard to see. I fumble over my words all the time. I stutter. I end up running out of topics sometimes, and it's not graceful in the slightest, and yet people still enjoy watching me and are supportive, and I really appreciate it, because I never thought I would have even grown this far, even though it's not a lot, because I've been around YouTube, like, doing this probably like a good 4 or 5 years now, and my growth has not been the best in terms of, like, how many subs I've gotten or anything, but I'm extremely grateful for, like, everything that's happened. Like, I say that a lot, but I really, truly mean it. It just means a lot to me, because I feel like I have accomplished not a whole lot in my life, and to see even a fraction of success at my YouTube stuff makes me feel a little bit better, honestly, so... You guys have no idea how much it means to me to see, like, viewers regularly tuning in. I do thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for, like, actually coming to watch. It fills my otherwise depressing day with, like, some degree of happiness that makes me feel a little better. I think partially I need to work on getting another hobby right now, honestly, because even though I like streaming and playing games, like, all I do in my spare time in reality is I basically go and, like, I'll either play games or I'll, like, browse the internet a bunch. I need to find something else that can, like, occupy my time so I don't have, like, as much on my mind consistently. Like, if I can stop that from being a problem, that would probably really, really help me. The only thing is I don't know what I could do about that, and trying to do anything that involves the outdoors is probably, like, out of the question since there's a virus right now. Ugh. Anyway, let's change the topic for a little bit, because I want to talk about some other stuff anyway. This partially relates to what I was talking about, too. Like, how many of you guys lately have been, like, keeping up with, like, game news? Because I personally, like, I've been watching kind of carefully on all the updates on stuff that's been going on, and there's been quite a bit recently. Like, I didn't talk about it yesterday because I didn't feel like I had a good opportunity to, but there was a Nintendo Direct Mini thing, one of those, like, partner showcase things that dropped on, like, Nintendo's YouTube. That was interesting, to say the least. I didn't really find it great. I want to give my thoughts on it. I'll say right now, just looking at it, I feel like there's more stuff that I had interest in this, like, third-party showcase than there was the prior one. The prior one was, like, 8 minutes long, and, like, 4 games got mentioned in total, and none of them really piqued my interest, like, except maybe the Shin Megami Tensei stuff. Like, that was like the stuff that I found the absolute neatest out of like all the stuff in that previous one. Let's see. What have we got this time? There were a lot of announcements. The rhythm games thing kind of killed me a little bit. It's like, did we really need like 3 rhythm games being the focus of the fucking direct, and then finally getting to like other announcements after? And even then, the announcements, I hate to say it, a lot of the ones that seemed hype were, I've heard not the best of things about them. Let's take the big one that everybody talks about, for example, oh shit, what? Okay, let me see, can I please get out? It's not letting me... There we go, I was gonna say I want to get out of this fucking thing if I can. I'm just gonna use this because I don't want to fucking die here. I'd rather fucking finish the level than have to deal with bullshit right now. But yeah, the big one everybody was talking about was probably like Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, and I've heard a lot of good things about that game, although mostly like the GameCube version. And recently, when I've been like watching like reactions to like this game and like reading up on reviews for like the newer version, there is a lot of negativity, and it seems like it's there for good reason. Like, they seem like they didn't fix a lot of the problems that were present with like the GameCube version, and apparently there's a lot of dumb decisions in this too. Like, for whatever reason, the multiplayer in this is fucking region locked. Like, why? Why would you put an online multiplayer game out and then take the multiplayer and fucking region lock it so that only people from like North America or people from like Europe can matchmake with like other people from Europe or like North America? Like, what the fuck is the point of that? You're only like making a game that's probably got a niche fan base that's gonna buy it in the first place, already more split apart on like buying it in the first place. And there's a lot of other weird things that don't make sense at this release either. Like, apparently there's like a problem with online where when you play online, you can play with like your friends, but only the person who starts like the dungeon quest actually gets like progress in their game. Anybody who joins like the host of the lobby and participates with them and like finishes the quest doesn't actually get like any progress in their game. Like, why? Why is this a thing? How can you not think about this and like patch this before the game's released? Like, this is just going to put people off from buying it. I know I'm not one who would want to play the same mission like 4 times over again just to have everybody who's playing the mission be able to be on the same page in their story progress. That sounds incredibly stupid, honestly, and probably one of the biggest oversights in the game, I would imagine. I mean, it could be possible they just didn't care, but I don't know. I hope they patch that. I was actually thinking about buying it for some time, but there's like so much shit being flung about the game. It's like, this doesn't sound very good. And also, for whatever reason, they took out like local co-op completely, which was like a really big feature in like the original version back in the day, like playing it together with friends around like a GameCube. Like, why remove the big local co-op feature? Why not just have local and online? I don't know why so many devs have this stupid mentality of like, oh, we can't have both online and also local. It's only one or the other. It's like, no, you can definitely have both. There's no reason why you can't. Hey Zachary, good to see you. Welcome to stream. Glad you can make it. We're talking about the stuff from the Direct right now. We're talking about that Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicle stuff. Oh my god. I'm glad I have the dev thing where I can like squeeze through stuff to do like debug and move Yoshi, because otherwise this level would be fucking hell. But yeah, I don't know, it doesn't look great. There's a lot of problems. I probably even glossed over a few, but it doesn't look very impressive, and I thought about buying it. I might try the demo out and do it on stream still, but I don't think I'm gonna buy it if it's really as bad as like people are reporting it is. I genuinely get the impression that the Crystal Chronicles remake's gonna be fucking trash, honestly. Like, I've never played the original, and what I've heard does not instill literally any faith in me. I'll leave it at that. That's like only one of like a few announcements that like kind of bothered me a little bit. like all the things I remember looking into, there seem to be negatives on like a good chunk of them actually. Like one of the things I had seen from the direct that I thought was kind of cool was that World of Tanks thing. I saw that like advertised quite a bit over like past few years. I know it's been like a somewhat popular free-to-play game. I don't know like a whole lot about it. I just know I saw it over YouTube advertising quite a lot, and apparently it's pay to win, and it's really like badly biased in the favor of like anybody who actually pays for like there's like a ammunition upgrade and like some tank thing you can do where you can get like higher tiered tanks or some shit, and it's like I don't understand why you would want to do this. I guess that's the problem with a lot of these free-to-play titles. They have fucking pay to win, and it ruins the game, honestly. I just don't really see the appeal of having a free-to-play game dictated where money wins everything. I'm not gonna probably play it. I might do like one stream of it. It looked really cool, and like, I hate to say it, Clubhouse Games got me like kind of in the mood for something like that. Like the tanks game and that was really fun, and I saw like this tank game in the direct, and I was thinking like, oh, this could be kind of cool to play, and then find out about this shit, and it's like, well, never mind, I'm not gonna download this after all. Let's see, I'm trying to think what else was noteworthy from this thing that got mentioned. The big one that comes to mind like right away is Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, honestly. That's the only one that I can immediately think of. I'm sure there's a few others that I have like glossed over. I never actually picked up Puyo Puyo Tetris. It looks good. In fact, I really like what I played of like the Puyo Puyo stuff before. It's fun. It's got a weird gameplay, but it's very satisfying to play, and I'm sure you guys know from me talking about it, like, I only recently really got into Tetris because before I had trouble, like, actually playing it, and thanks to Tetris 99, I don't know what happened when I was playing that. Something along the time I played that the first time, and, like, around, like, a month or less, like, actually, I don't even know how quick, but, like, something just snapped in my brain, and I was able to start grasping how to do, like, Tetris patterns a lot better, and, like, learning how to actually fucking set up, like, line clears, like, way easier than I ever had any other time I'd ever tried to play Tetris. So I think now I'm more interested in Tetris, and I'd be more interested in this game, but then it turns into, like, do I really want this? I like Puyo Puyo, but I don't know if I'm that good at it. There's like a Puyo Puyo thing on the... yeah, there's a Puyo Puyo thing that's on, like, SNES Online, and I'm not great at it, and it makes me hesitate to wonder if I would want to play, like, a full game based on Puyo Puyo or not, and then when I look at this as, like, a whole, it's like, well, if I'm not gonna get a Puyo Puyo game, then is this really necessary? Because Tetris 99 already scratches, like, any itch I feel like I need for, like, another Tetris thing. Tetris 99 is really fun to play, and I've been addictively playing it, like, more often lately, and probably logging on, like, a session every day or so, just because I like the gameplay a lot. I don't know, the story and stuff is kind of neat looking, and I'm sure the modes will be cool. It's just like, is this gonna be a worthwhile purchase? And there's already a prior Puyo Puyo Tetris on the Switch, and it's like, knowing that, would I really benefit from buying this? I don't know. It's a weird thing to look at and see. It's probably one of the better games that was, like, announced during this direct, though. It wasn't completely terrible, but it wasn't great either. I feel like the direct, like the showcase they did had, like, much weaker, or, like, overall topics in the last one, even though the games in the last one were probably far rougher, like, overall, considering that it, like, the biggest thing that came out of that one was Shin Megami Tensei 5, and even then, like, when you look at this one, that's still bigger than literally anything that came out of the current partner showcase. You know what's, like, confusing to me? Where the hell is Bayonetta 3 at right now? Like, we've been waiting on this for like 3 years now. We've only had it announced since like December of 2017, but they gave us a teaser and then they never showed anything. Like, what's going on with the development? It's been nearly 3 years. We've been waiting a while. Like, the game's not going through development hell, is it? Because I'd like to know, like, where their progress is. Every time they're, like, interviewed about it, they just go, oh yeah, everything's progressing smoothly, but it's like, well, you're not giving us anything to work off of. Is it really that smooth? It's kind of worrying. I like Bayonetta, especially Bayonetta 1 and 2 a lot, and I want to know, like, exactly where the development's at and how things are going. I like Platinum stuff a lot, and I was hoping to get this game, even though I didn't pick up Bayonetta 1 and 2 on Switch, because I feel like I already got my money's worth playing them on the Wii U. I don't know. Something about it. I feel like I want to see something. There's not much to talk about this year overall, either. I don't know. Since I've brought up all this stuff, let's just talk for a little bit. What are your guys, like, anticipated games you're looking forward to? I think C's, you've talked a little bit about your Xbox stuff you were looking forward to. Like, I think it was like Forza. Anything else you guys have been looking at getting? I've not got a lot that I've been sure I wanted to purchase. Right now, I've been mostly looking at, like, my backlog towards some games. There's been a few, like, current things that are releasing that I'm interested in, but they're not as, like, heavy on the priority list as, like, anything else that I can think of. Like, there's not a lot going on. Pikmin 3 Deluxe I'm gonna probably pick up. Yeah, I think that's a safe bet. I was looking at, like, the stuff from the prior Direct Mini. You know, actually, like, when we're on this topic, I don't get why the last Direct Mini was, like, split up into, like, 2, where it was, like, a Japanese Direct with, like, totally different games, and then there was the Direct everybody else got, where there were a lot of other announcements that were a lot less exciting. Like, there were some good things that looked really fun on there. I've been thinking about getting that, what's it called? Atelier Ryza, how the fuck you pronounce it, that game? Because I saw that there was, like, a sequel to it, and, like, the Direct, like that Direct Mini, and I've never played it, and apparently there's, like, a fairly positive reception to it, so I'm thinking about, like, getting the original and playing that. If I do, I might even consider streaming it, but I don't know. Like, I figured that might be fun. How do you guys feel about, like, the Warriors games, like the Musou stuff that comes out, like Hyrule Warriors, like also the Pirate Warrior stuff, the games where the priority is, like, literally kill, like, a whole shit ton of enemies and, like, focus on doing combos, but that's not, like, apparent what I'm talking about. Like, I think Koei Tecmo makes a lot of those games. I'm not huge on them because a lot of them feel really samey, but they're a good way to, like, play something that's kind of fun if you just want to waste some time and not really think about what you're doing. Like, it's an easy way to just turn your brain off and enjoy a game for a little bit. I've been thinking about getting another one of those, but I haven't actually, like, found any that I've been, like, super interested in getting. I wanted to do, like, more of Hyrule Warriors, but I also don't know if I would get a lot of people to watch it. The original time I streamed that, there weren't a lot of people who tuned in, so it's like, I don't know if I'm gonna ever go back to it. Maybe I will. I don't know. I might pick up some of that stuff. It's kind of neat, like, watching, like, these things and seeing some of the third-party stuff that's going on, but okay, I'm gonna say this, like, really quick. I hope you guys agree with me, but, like, I don't like these, like, third-party direct things Nintendo's doing very well. I feel like they're kind of a waste of time, and I would rather see, like, a proper direct. We've had a lot of time without any, like, new first-party games being announced. Like, say what you will about Pikmin 3 Deluxe, it's still a Wii U port, though, when you look at it. Like, I really want, like, a new first-party game, and I'm a little sick of all the content we're getting being these other presentations, like the indie worlds, which they're kind of good. The indie ones are good to see, like, all the stuff that gets posted. With the fucking third-party directs, like, why don't you just let the third parties do their own advertising instead of doing it for them, or maybe label it under some other name? I feel like they're hurting their own brand by, like, advertising for these like, third parties, because, like, Nintendo Direct carries, like, the expectation that it's gonna be first party, and that there's gonna be, like, new, exciting stuff to look forward to, and frankly, none of these third-party direct things are giving us anything exciting and interesting to look forward to. It's just the same shit every time, where it's mostly boring shit. I don't think we've had that many, like, exclusive game announcements in any of these either. Like, I guess Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 might have been, like, third-party exclusive, but I'm not actually sure if that was. And obviously, we had, like, Shin Megami Tensei for, like, an announcement last time, but that's been known about as an exclusive for years now, so does that really count? It's, like, kind of hard to care when it's going to be coming out in 2021. It's like, give us something this year to, like, look forward to, not just shit next year. Hell, even the stuff I thought was going to be, like, a guarantee for this year, like No More Heroes, we don't hear anything about that anymore. It's like, I don't know, like, they advertised the shit out of it, and it was going to be, like, one of their big 2020 titles, because they pushed it at, like, the Game Awards last year. I'm not sure I would have bought it, because, like I said, I want to keep up with, like, a series and get the whole story first, but not even having that advertised, it doesn't look great for Nintendo right now. I don't know. I hope we get something soon. It's just depressing, kind of, when you think about, like, how boring and awful, well, not even just boring, but just how, like, depressing this year has been. By the way, how many of you guys watched that, like, thing going on at Twitch right now? There was, like, or it was going on, it's probably over, actually. There was some thing going on where they were doing, like, a Gamescom presentation, and they were showing off titles. Like, I have got to say, I watched that. I cannot believe how fucking bored I was with, like, the announcements and that. There was not much to talk about there. I remember, like, a few things from this entirety of this presentation. One of them was Fall Guys Season 2, because I've been playing it, obviously, and I want to keep up with Fall Guys news to an extent. The other was, like, something like Doom Eternal news, and there were some other things. Hold on a second. It's bothering me a little bit to deal with for just a moment. But yeah. Oh, shit! Okay, I didn't realize that was just a drop to my death when I went down there. I thought that was, like, actually something important. My bad there. And now I gotta fucking respawn. Lovely. Anyway, let's see, where was I? There wasn't a lot interesting. I mean, there's some cool stuff. They talked about, like, a few games that I had interest in, but it was all just mostly the same shit. I don't know. This is a disappointing year. Like, there's only so much I'm interested in, and most of it's stuff I don't have the console to, like, buy it on, which is rather unfortunate. I've been, like, really wanting to pick up, like, Crash 4, and yet I don't have an Xbox or, like, a PlayStation 4 to play it on, so yeah, not great, like, seeing all these trailers of it and seeing how nice it looks and not being able to buy it. All the good games I want, like, it seems like most of them are all going to be on other consoles. Not a bad thing, because, I mean, I'm probably going to buy another console in, like, another year or two. I'm really looking towards, like, a PS5, like, the more I look at it, because there was actually, like, more Ratchet and Clank stuff at the Gamescom thing, I think. It wasn't much, though. I think it was, like, mostly just an extended look at, like, what all was shown during the PS5 showcase, so it's not like it was bad, just more of the same, really. I have a real soft spot when it comes to platformers. I don't know about you guys, so Ratchet and Clank is something I think I would probably like, despite never really playing it too much. Hey, Wayne, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're talking about a lot of stuff. We're talking about, like, game news. I was discussing, like, Gamescom announcements earlier and, like, stuff that was going on at that earlier. Also, I find it really funny how, like, there's like a lot of people who are still convincing themselves that there's going to be a direct in like a day from now. It's like, yeah, no, I don't think Nintendo's going to do a general direct tomorrow. I think the thing they released yesterday was what was being rumored, and they probably pulled the trigger on it early if they were going to be releasing on the 28th, just to save face and not have to get more flack for releasing like a shitty presentation on the 28th. Yeah, I'm glad to see you, Wayne. It has been a while since you dropped by, but it's always a pleasure to talk. Okay, right. How did I miss this? I somehow didn't notice this like 2 or 3 times passing by this spot. Whatever, I guess. Okay, I'm curious. How many of you guys are looking to get PS5 either at launch or like over like the course of like the next year or sometime? Like any games that have interested you guys on the stuff that was talked about? I think PS5 out of like the 2 console reveals, like PS5 has probably the better reveals. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that Sony clearly put in like priority to get on their system, and it shows like how much good stuff they've got. It's kind of worrying too about Nintendo in particular that they are just sitting here twiddling their thumbs doing fuck all while Sony and Microsoft are being very aggressive with their marketing strategies right now. Even though they're both launching consoles, that doesn't excuse Nintendo from like putting nothing out to talk about, honestly. I don't know. All I can think of is if they have the Switch Pro, like, just waiting to announce, like, a new model to, like, try and rival, like, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox, like, the new Xbox as a way to try and get some competition and not be completely left in the dark. That's the only way I can see Nintendo's silence being justifiable. I've seen a lot of people like suggesting Breath of the Wild 2 is coming this year. I personally don't buy that, honestly. I think if we were going to get Breath of the Wild 2, they would have like given us more info this year. There's just not enough to go off of. It looks good. We have a pretty good amount of footage from it. I just don't think it's going to happen this year. I feel like what we've seen is it would have been perfect for releasing it this year had COVID not actually COVID not actually caused problems this year. But because it did, I don't think that's gonna help anything. I think their dev time from like Breath of the Wild and like implementing their new engine could probably have worked in their favor of getting Breath of the Wild 2 out in time if they had happened to have not had a virus messing up their plans this year. Could you fuck off instead of oh my god, that is some weird sprite glitching there. I'm not buying it. It's in dock. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, with this thing, I don't think it would hurt for them to go like further with the Switch Pro. I mean, it depends on what they're gonna do. There have been rumors of like a new Switch model next year, and it sounds like a Switch Pro is gonna happen. Like, I don't know why people are like, oh, there's no way there's gonna be a Switch Pro next year. It's like, I doubt that. Like, they've been really silent. One of the biggest things that would lead credence. Wait, what? I thought they couldn't take Baby Mario if I had like extra power-ups activated. I thought the game glitched out and stopped the toadies from like robbing him from me. Whatever. But yeah, like I was saying, I feel like there's a good possibility they could be holding out on that just to try to like compete with Sony and Microsoft directly, even if they're not announcing a new console. Like, having a Switch Pro is at least something they can boast about to their competition to try and get more sales, honestly. That's the only way I can see how their strategy of not talking about shit makes any sense. Hold on a second. These 2 or 3 models of their hardware. Yeah, that's... I noticed the 3DS, they did a lot of hardware revisions, and I'm not sure how I completely feel about that. Like, they were mostly good. I mean, it was weird how, like, one of the revisions didn't even get released in, like, the United States properly. Like, they had the new 3DS, and then they released, like, the XL in America, but they didn't release the smaller model outside of, like little bundles that you had to pay for, and They didn't come up very often. It was like very limited in the stock, and frankly, I kind of wanted the smaller model like more because the smaller model had like the neat little customizable backplates, and on top of that, like you could also, well, you could fit in your pocket easier. Like not everybody wants fucking XL size shit for their stuff they're carrying around. It's also something I don't like about phones. I guess a lot of people want like screen upgrades where they're like bigger, but I mean, what's the big deal with fucking getting continually bigger screens in the first place? I would rather have the option to fucking fit my stuff in my pockets than try to have to worry about like whether or not it'll actually have like a big screen on it. Like, if you're putting too big of a screen, you're literally just, it's taking away portability from whatever you're carrying around, and by that point it turns into a bit of a hassle. It's like part of my biggest complaint I've got, like, regarding the Switch, actually. The Switch is a great system, but god do I hate how they made it so big that it's really difficult to, like, actually pocket it and carry it with you. You have to basically take it apart and then put the thing in your pockets that way. Like, that's the only way you can really make it fit, unless you have extra big pockets. I don't know, it's not a fun idea every time you want to go somewhere and you don't want to, like, carry something with you. You have to fucking detach the Joy-Cons, and then after that you have to put the screen in one pocket and the Joy-Cons in the other pocket, and it's like, that gets old really quickly doing that every single time. It also looks kind of weird having, like, this big spot where you can clearly see it sticking out, and it's, like, obvious it's like a screen in your pocket. It's not terrible, but it's not a great way to have to carry a handheld around, that's for damn certain. It also doesn't feel like it's very snug and secure either. Whenever I carried my DS around, like, I genuinely felt like I could carry my DS with me, like, very, very safely and very, very securely, very easily. Although, I guess being fair, like, it's not as much of an issue because the fucking biggest problem with the Switch, fucking Joy-Con drift, like that's something that should have been fixed by now too, for fuck's sake. Like, I can't even really reliably use it in handheld without fear because every fucking pair of Joy-Cons I've owned has gotten Joy-Con drift, and I have like one pair that I bought recently that doesn't have drift yet, probably because they're fairly new, and the only reason I bought them is because I had dropped my Switch, like this pair I had, like I dropped it by accident, and I kind of busted up like the Joy-Cons I was using on it, and they like continually fucking kept disconnecting from the Switch, so I bought a new pair to like mitigate the problem. Yeah, I worry about that. I hope you're wrong about that, because obviously I think we all want that to be wrong, but I doubt they're gonna ever... Lovely! My flutter jump didn't turn on for some reason when I was jumping, so I just fell down. I'm getting a little impatient with this level. Not like it's terrible, but the fucking level design here is not very fun. Fucking go exploring, and then you try to go up, and then next thing you know, you find yourself falling and losing time continually. This is just like a really badly designed level overall. Not the worst, but it's not very good either. I'm trying to move. Oh my god, I fucking hate these enemies in this beta. They're absolutely fucking annoying. But yeah, Joy-Con drift needs to be fixed. I'm curious, do you guys ever take your Switches like with you in your pocket anywhere? I personally like to. I try to use my Switch as a handheld, but yeah, with Joy-Con drift, it's not very easy. You know, it really sucks though, like how many games there are on the Switch that like completely disregard handheld mode and just treat, or not even handheld mode, but they will disregard like the Switch's main feature of like being a hybrid and not use like docked or handheld mode. It just bothers me when games do that. It's like, the whole point is you're supposed to be able to take the games on the go or play them on your TV whenever you want, and even a lot of Nintendo's first party has this problem, like prime example being Pokemon Let's Go having a much worse like control scheme for yeah, it has much less a worse control scheme for docked, where handheld is like preferable for playing because the motion aiming in handheld is just 10 times more reliable than your aiming in docked mode with the Joy-Con. Oh my god, these fireballs can fuck off. Too expensive to take out. Yeah, I would imagine that makes sense since you live in a household, like, I think you said you've got siblings, so I mean, you have to share with them, and also your parents probably wouldn't let you. I can understand that. If you have a personal Switch, it's a little different, and even then, even if you didn't, like, yeah, it is pricey and not easy to replace. Nintendo made a new handheld only. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I think I would prefer to stick to my Switch, but I mean, it depends on what they released. I think a big problem that's just bothering me is the Switch has absolutely failed as its like goal of like being a handheld and a home console. It's not like it's terrible, but the game output is a lot slower than like ordinary Nintendo handhelds, and also on top of that, like, there's the matter that, like, yeah, the Joy-Con drift just fucking completely ruins wanting to play in handheld, so the Switch has been a really bad hybrid, and that fucking defect is still fucking present after years of time where Nintendo's had a lot of, like, time and space to actually fucking fix it, and they haven't done anything about it. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's really not easy. And I understand if you want to get like another console, then yeah, it's like a lot to save up. Personally, I've been not really caring about that because I have been like mostly focused on playing like through emulator. There's still stuff I want to buy, but for older games, I don't mind emulating because setup for like streaming is a significantly bigger pain in the ass when you go to older consoles. It's not at the same for just playing them, but or if you want to stream them, yeah, it's easier to just go, hey, I'm going to emulate the game and have it done conveniently and easier rather than sit here and get chords and all this other shit that I don't really want to just for the sake of trying to stream the games. Like, I'm just used to fucking emulators at this point. They're convenient and much more helpful. People can mention how morally wrong emulators are, how morally wrong they think emulators are, like, all they want. I'm gonna disagree with that. Emulators are not a bad thing. I think emulators are only a good thing. They let us play games we could never play without them. They make certain games, like, far more convenient to play, and they're generally, like, they're good for archiving purposes in particular, like, that we would have so many less games that we would have even, like, be able to know about or try out without emulators. Like, so many things that have been released before that only are possible because emulation exists. Like, take the Rayman SNES thing that came out, like, a few years back. Like, the developer of, like, Rayman for SNES, like, the one who was, like, working on originally on SNES, they released theirs just out of the blue with, like, a prototype ROM, like, available for all the internet to check out, and without emulators, we might have never seen that. Also, there's a good chance Star Fox 2 would have never got, like, any traction anyway if we hadn't had, like, emulators, so yeah, I'm gonna say emulators are good and not bad. Oh my god, I want to strangle this fucking level creator for making this. Okay, actually, it's not so bad because it actually didn't take Baby Mario away from me. If I can just deal with that, I can get to the end of the level and fucking survive despite the problems, because he's not fucking dying. It's like it worked that time. I don't know what I did, but it turned off the fucking timing problem. Okay, good. Or this could happen and I can't pick up Baby Mario again. That's not good. What do I do here? I can't seem to finish the level unless... Well, actually, maybe. Let me see. This is, like, weird. The game, like, kind of broke on me a little bit. Yeah, I can't fucking pick him back up, I don't think. Okay, I'm just gonna fucking suicide Yoshi, even though I don't want to. I'm gonna fucking skip by this part, because this is taking way too long and not really worth fucking climbing up. It's just a fucking pain in the ass. We're not paying any... You're not using that for a game can afford. That makes sense, but yeah. Thing is, with the emulation, and you had a pretty good area of, like, one of the problems with it. Yeah, people will use it to just escape paying for games, but also I have a lot of games that I would like to play on stream, and I don't know where the copies are, and like I said, it's way more inconvenient to basically have to, like, find a game and set it up and deal with it manually, whereas I can just set it up on an emulator and be done with it and not worry about all the hassle there. That's, like, one thing that is convenient about emulation. Also, just certain games are particularly, like, not possible to play easily without emulation. I'm not even talking about, like, region-locked shit and stuff that's, like, not available to the general public. I'm talking, like, games that have been available, but fucking scalpers ruin, like, buying these games. Like, you'll see people who put these games up online, and if you try to buy them, they're, like, overpriced as fuck, like, games that genuinely wouldn't be a problem to buy without scalping being, like, out of control in this era. Like, look at Chibi Robo, like I've talked about that before. The prices that you can see online for Chibi Robo Plug-in-to Adventure are fucking ridiculous. I think, like, some of the prices that go around now are, like, $80 at minimum for, like, a copy of that. And it's like, this is a GameCube game that launched at, like, $50, and all the GameCube games, like a lot of games in that era, launched at $50. And now people are trying to scalp it for $80? Nah, you can fuck off with that shit. If I wanted to get a new copy, I sure as fuck wouldn't pay $80 for it. I already have a copy. I don't know where it's at, but I'm not paying a scalper to pay, like, way too much money for a game that I'm interested in. Part of why I streamed Mega Man Legends, not, like, buying it, because I knew I wouldn't find a decent, easy, cheap copy, and it's easier to just emulate it. Okay, right, last level. I don't think we got to see the bonus level, but I mean, whatever. It's not really that big of a deal if we don't see the bonus. The actual levels are far more important than those bonus levels. So this is the final level in the prototype, and this is version of 8 and 6.8 we haven't seen before. Interesting. It's certainly different looking from the final version. Also, these sprites are glitched to all hell. Like, holy shit, they look really broken right here. I'm curious to hear this. Would you guys probably play games you wouldn't be able to otherwise through, like, emulators very often, or, like, ever? Like, look back at here's a certain classic example of a game you will probably never play without emulation. Mother 3. I am going to say this right now. There is, like, a 99% chance that Mother 3 will never get localized. It's been fucking stuck in the Japanese-only game for, like, probably about 20-ish years at this point, and it released on the Game Boy Advance a long time ago. No amount of fan catering has got Nintendo to, like, listen to the, like, outcry and actually release it, and the fan translation got released, and I guess that's just how they expected us to play it. Like, that game is like a classic example, something we're not gonna see put on a modern console. That's like what I was talking about earlier about, like, games that are old and need archiving, and probably are good examples of why emulations should be around. It's also painful when I see stuff like from Nintendo where they, like, openly try to deny how, like, helpful emulation is. Also, shit, I didn't link this. I'm gonna go over and link this in the Discord really fast. I just kind of forgot. It's not a big deal, but just get this out of the way. Okay, let me get my window back up so we can continue playing. But yeah, there's a lot of games that are only available on emulator, and it sucks seeing, like, great games just die off at certain points in history, and emulation is, like, one of the few saving graces that can stop a game from, like, actually being lost from history for all time. And meanwhile, Nintendo's stance on emulation is like, oh, if you emulate, you're our enemy because you're advocating for game piracy. And it's like, that's not true at all. It's like, if you wanted to fucking stop this, then you could put your goddamn games up on your online service or like on a virtual console service or something, instead of waging war on like literally everybody who uses emulators and saying that emulators are just bad and shouldn't be allowed. It's like, that's ridiculous. Like, they take such an extreme towards emulation, and for not really a good reason. Like, they don't even make a lot of the games they want to remove from emulation available to, like, purchase, so it just feels really stupid seeing them take this line of defense against it. I don't know. That's not even, like, tackling the big issue of, like, how, like, ROM hacks exist either. ROM hacks are a very big area to talk about when it comes to, like, emulation. I personally see ROM hacks as, like, the fans trying their best to make something fun and creative for, like, each other to play. Sometimes it's them doing stupid shit, but also, like, where they want to test their abilities and make cool stuff. And I feel like ROM hacks are amazing because of this. It's great to see ROM hacks because they're usually, like, a lot of fun ones out there. Also, that's weird. Oh, it's Hookbill the Koopa. That's weird. So, one of the doors just leads to this, and what the fuck is up with his textures? He's green and whatnot. It's like he's a zombie. What the fuck is with this? I can't hurt him either. Did he just, like, fucking fall in the floor? What the fuck? That was weird. Scared of piracy. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just, it comes off as an excuse more than anything. I don't know. I don't know if you guys agree with me. I just don't see it as being as big of an issue as Nintendo makes it out to be. I don't know. You guys played, like, okay, this kind of broke the level. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened here, but now I'm just running in, like, a weird background where everything's, like, broken, glitched out, and it's Hookbill Koopa falling over and over again. What the fuck is with this level? How do I get out of this? Oh my god, I am so confused. How do I break out of this? Or can I? Can I, like, suicide kill Yoshi off to get out of here and restart the level, or am I have to reset? When people profiting off their IP? That's Nintendo for you, always making weird, irrational decisions that don't make any sense. Let me reset the emulator. Okay, there we go. Let's try this again. I'm guessing each door leads somewhere different, and I've seen like a beta version of, like, Baby Bowser from this, so I'm assuming that there's actually a way to get to the end of 6-8, so we're gonna have to experiment with this a little bit until we figure out how to actually beat the level. Oh, but you know, the bonus came back. I'll probably check on that after this then and see what the bonus is, because I don't think I had played it yet. Not this one, anyway. Okay, since I had bothered to ask it anyway, what are your guys', like, stance on ROM hacks? Do you guys like ROM hacks? Do you not care for them, or do you think they're, like, not creative? I just want to hear, like, your thoughts on them, like, what your general opinion on them are. Like, I feel like ROM hacks are usually a good thing. Why are there so many doors here? Are these, like, mini games? Because that's what these are usually for, and now I'm seeing, like, 10 of these, and why is there just a goalpost at the very end with nothing here? Is this just all the mini games? What the fuck is going on here? Also, who the fuck is Dororobo? Is that supposed to be the robber? Or the bandit? That is so weird. Fine with ROM hacks. Yeah, I feel like it's really hard to take a negative stance on ROM hacks, because it's really just like, fans goofing around making content for each other, and they don't really hurt anything. They're honestly just a good thing for games. Like, it's a way to see people like get creative and try new stuff with games. I hate when Nintendo like takes them down because of that. Hey, Gary Gamer Guy, good to see you. Welcome to stream. So is there a final boss fight in this or not? Like, I swear I saw a beta version of Baby Bowser in a screenshot. Maybe that was supposed to be like something that was just a screenshot and not actually playable here, but I don't have any idea. Is this like every minigame? Because people mentioned like unfinished minigames that didn't make it in the final version. I'm guessing maybe some of this has like the ones that didn't make it that I can try out here, so that means there's decent reason to check this all out and see what happens. Oh, if you fucking kill me now, you bastard, I'm gonna be pissed. Come on, get out here where I can fucking shoot you with the fucking watermelon seed. There we go. You don't think you can play the final boss? I saw the goalpost. I'm guessing the final boss might not be coded in. I might actually have to fucking end this without a final boss fight, considering this. Like, I genuinely think that this might be missing the Baby Bowser final boss, actually. Yeah, that one did. I think I saw, yeah, this one's one of the ones that didn't make it. Baby Mario and some train shit. I don't know what this is supposed to be, and this is weird. So, what am I doing here anyway? This is kind of neat. This is like new stuff that I've never seen before. I don't get it. How do I play this? Oh, I think I see what you're doing. I think you're trying to drop eggs into the carriage here, which is weird to say the least, but I get it. It's just very, very fast-paced and not the easiest to play. I see why this might not have made the final cut. Like, it's very, very... Oh, no, it's not? What? How does this work? Never got flagged? I mean, nobody who's played this or streamed it's been getting flagged, so I don't really see why it would. Does anybody understand how the fuck you play this? Because I've been trying and I don't see, like, any way to fucking do this. I'm guessing you're trying to outspeed the bandit. I don't see any way to fucking actually pass him. Eh, fuck it. Let's go check the other doors and I'll come back to that one in a little bit instead of bothering to play, like, that one. I guess the thing I should do here is maybe check out most of the doors. I'm not going to check out, like... Well, actually, I might check out everything, but I don't know. Like, I checked on 2 of them and saw Hookbill, and then I saw, like, the door with, like, red nose in it. So I've seen, like, 2 of, like, the original doors. Okay, let's see. Missiles, huh? Put the egg into Baby Mario's cart. I did that, and it didn't seem like it gave me any points. Oh, this is cool here. So we're taking missiles and using them to, like, shoot the bandit? That's interesting. So, okay, I don't want to come over here, it looks like. I think if I go over there, I need to, like, avoid him and try not to get too close. I see what that wants me to do, but I can't tell how many hits it needs to actually do like, any new points, because I did it once and it gave me points. Now it's not giving me any, though. Maybe I need to blow up the things. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. Let's see. This one's kind of fun. Very unique one that didn't make it in the final game. So you're playing, like, some kind of tower defense-like thing. Not exactly, but you're fucking blowing up his little bases while you try to defend your own, I guess. Yeah, this is neat. I like this minigame. This one's good. Wasn't exactly apparent how the hell it works. Wonder why this one got cut along with, like, the train thing. I'm guessing the train thing, they just figured people wouldn't understand it, so they decided to get rid of it. Also, fuck, the projectiles are getting a lot faster, and like they're trying to make it harder to avoid it. Of course. Okay, that was close. I managed to fucking finish it. Huh. I wonder how many unfinished minigames are in here that didn't make it into the final version. That's 2 of them so far. Let's check the next few really quick. I'm guessing this little areas here is like a meant to be like a testing thing where they put up like a bunch of mini games. Like, I think these are just games that either did or didn't make it into the final version. Also, why did I get damaged and I try to pop that balloon? I know this mini game and I played it on the stream already, so if I lose it, then I'm not really upset. This is just one of those, yeah, whatever, I don't care the bandit one. I've already played this one and I already know what this one is because it's in the final version, so if we've already seen them, we can just gloss over them by playing them once. I kind of wish we could see more of this, like, Giga Leak stuff, because there's, like, more stuff that's been, like, dug up over time, like, more sprite. Wait, did I go in the same one without even realizing it? Fuck, I was trying to go into, like, a new thing and see some others that I hadn't already checked on, and I guess I went through the wrong door. But yeah, there's been, like, more sprites and shit. It, like, leaked. I guess, like, most of it's just not stuff that's, it's been restored, or, I don't know, this one, I think, was, like, a ROM that was found in, like, the Giga Leak files, so it makes more sense that it was, like, put together well. I hope somebody takes, like, what the content that's from, like, the Zelda stuff, like, okay, this one's in the final as well, I'm pretty sure you just collect shit, but yeah, I hope somebody takes, like, the unused, like, Zelda stuff and puts it into, like, a ROM, like, they take all the levels that are, like, prototype or tech demo levels, and they shove them in, like, some ROM hack. That'd be really cool to see, honestly. And I talked about, like, that Zelda stuff in, like, another stream. I'm honestly starting to lean to, like, the thing other people have said, though, that I'm starting to believe, like, yeah, Zelda may have just really been Master's Quest, not actually something that was, like, unique. I mean, it'd be cool to see, like, an Zelda prototype get leaked so we could actually see exactly what came out of that and see, like, what all was different and what we didn't receive through that, but I don't really care, to be honest. I'm fine with never seeing that, because it's just a weirder one. It's cool, though, to see it. You know what would be really cool in, like, unfinished games to see released? Hopefully we could eventually get, like, a Mario 128, like, prototype or something, because that's something I've always wanted to see more of, and I found out about that for the first time. Just the idea of it was really weird and unique, and even though it was only a tech demo, like, I feel like I would have loved to have seen what they could have done with the concept if they chose to, like, pursue that idea instead of going over, like, Sunshine. I know it technically, like, turned into Pikmin, but I feel like, in general, that Mario 128 had potential to be, like, an actual proper Mario game, so I feel like if they'd kept pursuing it, we could have seen, like, a completely different game out of it, and it would have been neat to see what would have came up, so yeah, I would love to see, like, what all they thought of for that, and see if there's anything good that comes out of it if they had, but I guess we'll never find out about that. Seems like all Nintendo's, like, unused projects are really good, and what the fuck is this one? This is another unused one, it seems. We're running from a Shy Guy cannon. Looks like it's another version of, like, the thing before, except we're running from, like, running on the side and trying to get caught up and do this, and I don't seem to be able to go any faster, no matter how much I'm moving, so how the fuck am I supposed to keep up the bandit when he's, like, pouring the cannon to himself where I can't reach it? It seems like it's just heavily, like, favoring the AI. Literally every shot that comes out of the cannon is, like, directly facing him, and he's running significantly quicker than I am. This feels like a badly programmed minigame here, because it doesn't give the player a fair chance at winning. Yeah, this is kind of shitty. How are you supposed to win this? The bandit just fucking cheats at it. Oh, okay, if I push the L button, it takes me out of the minigame. I was wondering if there was, like, a quit the minigame button, but I couldn't figure that out earlier, and I never thought to, like, try anything like that, so that answers that. Okay, we'll just leave the ones I've already played and continue the ones I haven't. Yeah, that one's kind of lame. Fucking AI's camping and cheating the same way the Mario Party AI does, and I swear I just fucking came out of that door, but okay. Whatever. This is the last one, isn't it? I think this is the one I haven't went through so far. What is this one? Oh, are these three, like, the same fucking door? Let me check really quick. Like, did they really put a bunch of repeats for whatever reason? I guess they didn't check them all carefully. Yeah, these are repeats, aren't they? Okay, we'll just fucking ignore these and go. I'm gonna try the train thing like one more time and see if I can beat it. This is kind of neat. I just want to like get a good look at these before I stop, because I know I probably won't play this again and get like a second chance to play these, so might as well. This has all been fascinating. Today's both like a really good day and a really bad day for me, and it sounds weird to say that, but like, on one hand, I'm looking forward to being done with the bullshit difficulty in this ROM hack, or not ROM hack, seeing this thing here, but on the other hand, I'm really saddened that I won't get to be seeing this anymore. The same? Okay. First one has 5 input, third has 6. That's interesting. Very odd that they would do something like that. Also, this is kind of bad, considering how this is, like, working. This is not really fucking easily designed. Okay, I see how you do it. You gotta be, like, really precise, actually, to fucking drop the egg in there. I can see how you could win this, but goddamn, is it sloppy. You know, I haven't talked about food stuff in a while, actually. You guys like to cook any? I'm curious. I personally try to cook every now and then. I don't think I do very often, but it's kind of nice to sometimes. Okay, I'm not going to bother trying to win it. I get the idea behind it. It seems like it might be more trouble than it's worth to bother, so we'll just end this. But yeah, I like cooking quite a bit. I try, and I don't cook very often because my least favorite aspect of cooking is always cleaning up the dishes afterwards, so I end up never really making much right now. I don't know. There's a lot of things I wanted to cook, a lot of fun recipes. I enjoy watching, like, cooking channels because of this, like, even, like, Gordon Ramsay or Binging of Bobbish, those kind of channels that do, like, all sorts of stuff with, like, recipes. Yeah, it's nice to hang out in the chat and talk. I wish we got, like, more regular conversation than, like, we did here, even in... yeah, more regular conversation here than like we did in the chat room. Also, I'm gonna skip around a little bit so I can try to get an idea if I missed anything and try to get through this a little quicker, because I want to actually explore World 5.8 before I stop and see, like, all that I can out of... or 6.8, I mean, out of this where I stop. So, yeah, I'm gonna be making sure I put a lot of focus into what I'm doing. Yeah, he's on the Discord, unless you meant something else, but yeah, our Discord's got a good group of people. Sucks that not a lot of people drop by the streams. I try to chat, like, frequently and try to be, like, as good at my commentary here as I am when I talk on Discord, but I don't know if it's just me, it feels a lot easier to, like, convey my thoughts over, like, the Discord than it does over, like, doing it while I'm on stream. Probably because while I'm streaming, I have to, like, think things out really carefully, and while I'm on... or yeah, while I'm on here, I think things out really carefully, but if I'm on stream, I have to, like, talk, like, very consistently, and it can make it painful trying to, like, think about what I want to say and, like, try to convey things well. Like, I have to put in a lot more thought towards things, and when you're doing text, you can just kind of, like, think of things at your own pace and keep talking, and it won't be too confusing. Like, I genuinely have a much easier time talking over text. I don't know if I'm the only one who's got that kind of problem. Also, fuck, I fucking literally just went into a pipe that had, like, no exit. What the fuck was the point of that? Having a broken pipe. This level has so many weird twists and turns. Also, I can't tell where the fuck the log to stand on is, so I'm just gonna skip over to the other side because the graphics are, like, glitched the fuck out in this level. Actually, I think this screen might just be fucking broken with, like, nothing but just a bunch of shit on it. I don't think there's, like, any where to actually go from here. Alright, let's try exploring more of this and try to figure out, like, what all's here. I may not even bother doing, like, all of 6, 8... Wait, this is familiar. Is it just me, or is this, like, a design of, like, literally one of the prototype levels, like, literally pasted into 6, 8 for some reason? Like, the fuck? Why are they repeating a level for no reason? It's not like it's really bad, but it's the same, except I think the textures are more broken here. By the way, if you guys had to request, like, more streams, just like a thing to talk about, what would you guys want to see more of? I'm gonna stream I'm still gonna be streaming a lot, but yeah, it's like, I'm trying to think on, like, things I want to mess around with. Next couple of weeks, like I said on other streams, I'm gonna be trying stuff. Also, I've mentioned this before, I just want to throw this out there because I want this to be, like, something I can set up really soon. If anybody wants to help me test shit for stream, I'm trying to set up VR chat, and I need a little bit of help from, like, more people to get it set up easy. I can't, like, manage to set it up the same way I can my other things, excuse me, than I can on other games, because I actually need to, like, talk with people regularly, and just coming in trying to, like, listen to conversations or, like, talk and, like, not really have a lot in mind while I'm going on in VR chat is going to be a lot more awkward trying to, like, set it up if I go on a server while there's people there and talking and using OBS. It'd be a lot easier to do it, like, people from Discord that I trust that can help me set it up instead of looking like a weirdo by doing it on, like, a public server. I mean, you don't have to do much, you just have to be in the game, and it's like just talking through the mic, really, and you get, like, get my audio settings set up right if you want to help out with it. It's not like it's heavily tech-based, it's just a matter of, like, setting it up well with, like, multiplayer. That's the biggest problem, is, like, everybody's mic's gonna have, like, different volume levels, and VR chat's whole purpose is to be, like, a thing where you literally go around talking to people, so naturally it's kind of weird to go on and just, like, be silent and just listening to conversations. I mean, it's not impossible or unheard of. People do that fine, but it's not something I would prefer to do if I go on there just to get my settings in check. You don't know how it works? It's literally, really, VR chat's just a game where you go for, like, setting up, like, or not setting up, VR chat's just a game where you just chat with people. I don't have VR, I use it as just a way to go talk and, like, try to meet people, so that's how I do it. It's really just a game where people will literally go to hang out and talk for, like, discussions, and they're bored. So yeah, I feel like I want to set it up so I can, like, meet new people. Obviously, this correlates to other shit I've talked about, and I feel like this will take a little stress off me since I've been having, like, depression problems. It'll be easier if I can stream sessions of me playing this, and that way I can, like, do that while I'm on stream. So, wait, did I just go through all these doors? I think I might have actually already checked them all, but I'm trying to, like, make certain that I've already, like, gone through everything. Wait a second. Fuck, I'm actually stop after I get done with this or something, because this is, like, a lot of leveling. I remember all the doors I went through. I have to keep resetting it. It's not very easy to do all this. Although, I don't know, maybe this is good enough. I'm nearly done with it. I just don't want to keep exploring this for, like, hours on end and not find all the level stuff I'm looking for. Played a similar game on PS4 with your VR headset? Yeah, I don't know if there's, like how many other things there are similar to that. I know just VR chat because it's really popular and it's well known as, like, a way to chat with people, so naturally I've checked it out because I wanted to meet new people. Also, we'll do one more look at this level before I say fuck it, because I'm not finding anything new, to be honest. We're just coming back in here and running into nothing, so there's not really much point in continually coming back and not finding much. VR Rec Room? That's interesting. That just sounds like I mean, I don't know how long VR chat's been around, but it kind of sounds like a clone program, honestly. Oh, man. I want to get a VR headset eventually, actually. I'm already at VR chat. I mean, I'm not really big on VR, but I wanted to try it for a long time and never really had the opportunity. Also, I'm going to throw out a little word here about this because I feel like I should. Oh, this is neat. This is a little Kamek boss bat. I'm glad I checked around here because there's like an extra bit of content, and I think there was a Kamek boss in like the original, but it was different from this actually. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be like very talkative if I start doing VR chat streams just to like iterate. Like most of my time if I do that'll be me like probably focusing on talking to people and not looking at the chat as much and like keeping like conversation going. So if I start streaming that, don't get upset if I end up like not reading the chat and like looking at messages as much. It'll be like me trying to socialize with like more people, and there'll probably be like a little more repetition in topics because it's like me trying to get a conversation to stick with people. So naturally it'll be a bit of a different atmosphere than like a other stream that I'm doing. So yeah, just throwing that out there now. VR versus AR, augmented reality. Okay, I need the key from the main area. Anybody know where the key's at? Because I kind of want to see what the fuck is behind here. Yeah, I'm at the reset because I got stuck here. God damn it. Can't really get out because Kamek has me fucking sealed in the room. I have to figure out where the fuck the key's at. Lower floor? Alright, I'll try to look for it. But yeah, I've only had one actual experience in VR, I think, and it was like an early version of Oculus. I remember I tried to use it and I got like motion sick, and also I couldn't get the right lens to work for it. I feel like I probably didn't have a lot of help setting it up because I would definitely like to like eventually get VR and try to properly use it. I feel like if I get another one, I'd probably like actually ask for help and try to get it set up like in a reasonable manner. I don't really want to do face cams though, so I'd have to like talk with a friend or something because I want to do VR stuff, and I'll be honest to say like I definitely want to get one and check out some of the better VR games like Half-Life Alyx, stuff like that. That's stuff that's really good. So yeah, I would like to check out more VR stuff eventually and see what I can find. Okay, I'm gonna have to reset the skin. I couldn't remember which door I went through for Kamek, so had to reset and go check around the level. It's gonna take a minute to try and figure out where the fuck the key's at so I can actually unlock that door. I think once we get through the Kamek stuff, that's probably gonna be the last bit I do because, whoops, I completely went through the wrong fucking level. I wasn't even thinking. I'll just suicide Yoshi out of the level so I can fucking restart. But yeah, I just want to be like able to go and finish that one more trip around the level. Then we'll maybe check the bonus game, and I think that's gonna be like the end of the playthrough. I don't think there's anything left to really do with the prototype at this point. To go around? Okay, let me get back in the right level then. See what we can stumble onto. Hopefully there's... Okay, maybe you won't see the bonus. I might reset after I get done if I still don't see it. I don't know why on sometimes the bonus level's there and sometimes it just vanishes for no reason, because I was hoping to see, like, what all the bonus level had on it. Go around. I think I saw a key, actually, unless I'm mistaken, and I may have forgot about that. Let me see. Was it in one of these? Yes, it was. I was right. I thought I remembered getting a key here, but I couldn't, like, be certain if I had got it from here. There we go. By the way, anybody who's played VR, if there's nobody here who's actually used it, like, what are some, like, big VR games that are good? Like, I know about Half-Life Alyx already because that's really popular and Valve made it, and Valve makes a lot of quality game titles, so I definitely think Half-Life Alyx is a good title. Oh, okay, thanks, game. I'll just fucking do that, though. I'm not gonna fucking let you just kill me off like that, and... Oh. It just leads me into here. That's lovely, so I went through that for nothing. Boneworks? I think I've heard about Boneworks, and it seems like a decent game. Like, I've watched some footage of it. I don't know how it plays and how good it is. There's a lot of stuff I want to check out, and a lot of it's from Valve because they've, like, toyed around with it. Like, there's also, like, Aperture, the lab, and some weird game with, like, hand gestures they made where apparently you just, like, do, like, weird little shit messing around with, like, stuff from Portal, so I'd like to check that out and see what that is. And okay, this is new. There's like a jungle area that I haven't seen before, so this is intriguing compared to like the other stuff I've been to. Looks like it's from another level here. Best use of VR so far? I mean, I wouldn't doubt you're right. There's not a lot of devs that do like a lot with VR, so I mean, it's not hard to believe there's like only so many like good VR games out there. I think one of the ones that's got the most attention is definitely Half-Life Alyx. I hope that Valve continues making like Half-Life stuff in the near future, because I really do like Half-Life a lot, and I haven't had a chance to play Alyx, but I want to play like Half-Life 3 when they eventually get around to releasing it. I hope it'll be like just as good as like all the previous games in the series, and hopefully it'll have some really cool stuff in it. It seems like they're interested in finally utilizing it again. Oh, is there some news about Half-Life Alyx coming out? Like, I know that apparently there was like some shit going on like Gamescom where like there was like use of like a bit of footage from Half-Life Alyx, and it's like, why did you use that footage if you weren't going to announce anything for Half-Life? Like, why did you get people's hopes up and get everybody excited when you didn't actually do anything? Oh my god, this is going to take a little bit to do. These jumps are fucking really irritating, but I want to finish the door 9 before we stop and see what the fuck is over here. Left 4 Dead 2 just got updated? That's interesting. I wonder what they updated with, because Left 4 Dead 2 is like an 8-year-old game or something by now. Like, I don't know why they would... Well, probably older than 8 years old. Like, why would they suddenly just, like, update it for no reason out of the blue? That's really peculiar. I know they've been, like, there's been talks about, like, Left 4 Dead 3 happening for, like, some time since, like, Source 2 was announced, so I genuinely wonder if maybe, like, this update could, like, correlate to Left 4 Dead 3 being announced in the relative future. Oh my god. This is gonna take a bit. I can already tell. I might potentially consider skipping, like, with the little, what's it called? The dev thing? Whatever, you know what I'm talking about, the L up, because I don't want to sit here forever. It's taking a while to fucking get anywhere, but yeah, I definitely don't want to be stuck on this, and I'd like to beat it normally, but it's just getting kind of frustrating, and I've had a lot of frustrating experiences. I'd like it to be over with now, instead of, like, doing much more. It's supposed to be the last session of this prototype, and I'm not fucking delaying the finale another time. This is ending today, one way or another, actually. Maybe there'll be a bonus part, but this is, like, big ending for this. I don't give a shit. I want this to be done after today. Hold on a second. I was gonna read the chat. I need like a moment or two to fucking get on the lower part of this platform, which is actually... Wow. I'm just gonna fucking skip over to the fucking pole. I could probably do the jumps if I kept trying, but this is actually designed in a way where it's so shitty that if you try to jump this, you just fucking die on repeat, and it seems like it's doable, but not really worth the trouble of, like, continually trying to do it, so... Yeah, fuck doing this legit. This would take, like, a good 20 minutes, or maybe not 20 minutes entirely, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna get done anytime soon if I keep trying to beat it the right way. This is just designed in a way where it's not very user-friendly, and I'm not a fan of that. Let's see, I'm just gonna say fuck it and go over here, because, frankly, fuck trying to deal with that fucking jumping shit either there, where that fucking red-nosed enemy's like fucking trying to get me to bump into him. Oh, great. This is a fucking ass segment. It's not very fun to play, honestly. Let me see. Half-Life, Left 4 Dead, The Portal, 3rd installment. Yeah, Valve's, like, got a weird or an obsession with like avoiding the number 3. Like none other game's ever gotten a 3rd sequel for whatever reason. Oh my god! Wow, I think I'm about to just fucking say, yeah, I think that's probably enough. I want to beat this, but I've played this plenty, and this is getting to be too frustrating and too annoying, and we've seen practically everything. There's probably some stuff I didn't check out, but I think I've seen all I need to see out of this prototype. I think this is our stopping point. I could do more and try to finish this, but I don't think I want to. I don't know. Who knows? Valve's weird. Anyway, like I said, I am done, I think. I'm not going to do any more today. I don't think I've got the patience to sit down and try right now, and yeah, I'm going to stop the stream here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was alright. This wasn't the best experience. This whole playthrough was slow and kind of agonizing at points, but it was somewhat enjoyable. I feel like I want to try more stuff like this in the future, but this is where this prototype is pretty much coming to an end on stream. I'll be back tomorrow with another stream, and I'll do, like, I think I was going to do, what was it, Pikmin 251 again, so yeah, I'll do more Pikmin 251, and for Saturday and Sunday, actually, I'm planning to just skip out and take a break, and I want to get my thoughts together and do other stuff. I hope I can, like, find other stuff, like maybe another game to play. I don't want to get too much on my plate since I was going to do one game at the moment, but I'm running out of stuff to play, and even though I've been replaying Astral Chain, I've been going at it at a much faster rate than I did originally, and I feel like I'm going to finish it before I even know it, so yeah. I don't know, we'll see. I'll figure out a plan for, like, future streams. Anyway, I'm going to stop here. Thank you guys for watching. Hope y'all have a great day or night, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.